Hey everyone, I'm back for day 3 of the Neopagan November challenge started by the Sunshine State Witch. I am actually filming this on the 2nd, but yeah, I decided it's going to be easier to film a day ahead so that I can have it ready to go up the next day and not be struggling to film it on the actual day and edit it and everything. So today's topic is spice. And when I think of spice, the first thing I think of is like spices, like you use for cooking. So that made me think about how I've always really liked cooking and baking. And when I was really young, my grandparents, my mom's parents, they lived in a city a ways away from us, several hours away from us, and we would go visit them during the summer and different times throughout the year. And so both of them liked to cook. My grandmother was more cooking, and my grandfather, he liked to cook too, but he liked baking and making candy and stuff like that. And so they both taught me some different things. And unfortunately, they passed away when I was I think I was only like 12 or 13. And then my grandmother on my dad's side, she is really big into cooking and baking and making things from scratch and, you know, really real home cooking and stuff. And so she's taught me a lot. She is still alive. And every time I go over to her house, I absolutely love to make pies with her and soups. And we usually make chicken and dumplings and all kinds of stuff. And it's a lot of fun. And she especially has really encouraged my love for cooking. And, oh, I keep getting these freaking spam calls. This is like literally like the 40th one in the last 2 days. It's ridiculous. Anyway. So, what was I saying? Oh yeah, my grandmother has really encouraged me a lot in cooking, and she even gave me a special apron with my name embroidered on it when I was younger, and it doesn't fit anymore, but I think I still have it somewhere. But, so even though I love cooking and baking, unfortunately, I think it's probably kind of part of my autism and my sensory disorder, but my senses are basically like really, really heightened. So I can taste things that like other people can't taste at all. Like literally, you set a piece of raw chicken in the fridge, set a piece of bell pepper next to it, both in separate baggies. Then you cook the chicken, not with the bell pepper, just cook the chicken plain by itself, and I can't eat it because the bell pepper taste is so strong. Like, it's ridiculous. So that's a literal example of something that has happened. That's not like an exaggeration. So anyway, so I don't really like spices in my food, but because I love to cook and I love to cook for other people, when I'm just cooking for myself, I often will take a recipe and totally alter it, like make it my own, you know, take a bunch of stuff out, you know, just change it. Usually I just leave out all the spices except for salt and pepper, unless it's like something specific like ginger cookies or something. Like obviously you need the spice to do that, or it's not even the same recipe like remotely. But like if I'm making, like for example, when I did my video on making the chicken pot pie, I made that and I added spices and stuff, but then my parents loved it, but then I had trouble eating it because it was too like herby and spicy for me. But anyway, so when I do cook for other people, I always have to have like a taste tester, you know, because they're to tell me like, do I need to add more of this or more of that? Because to me, it's not going to taste good, even if it's like the best dish in the world. So I think that's kind of funny. But there was something else I wanted to say. Yeah, I don't remember. Oh, right. So I do grow I grow a lot of my own produce and herbs and stuff, and not a lot of herbs, but a lot of, I do grow some herbs, but I grow a lot of fruits and vegetables. And so I've taken some stuff, the herbs I do grow that are like regular eating herbs, I like to dry them, and sometimes I will like grind them up, and sometimes I leave the leaves whole, and I will save them and use them in cooking and stuff. And then with my peppers before, I have grown like paprika peppers and some different peppers and stuff, and I made a dehydrated, like, you know, ground, like pepper sprinkle stuff. Pepper powder, that's the word I'm looking for. Yeah, so I think that's a lot of fun to make your own spices and stuff that you can use not only in cooking but also in witchcraft. And one last thing to bring it back around to witchcraft, I think it's perfectly okay to use regular spices from the grocery store in your witchcraft practice. I don't think you need any special, like if you need sage, you can get sage at the grocery store. You don't need to buy it at a special witchy store or buy a huge pound bag of it online at some special herb place. You know, obviously some herbs and spices type stuff that you use in witchcraft isn't like a normal cooking stuff that they'd have at a grocery store. But I think there's a lot of choices at a grocery store, and even places like, I think the Dollar Tree even has stuff like that. I'm not positive because we don't have dollar stores out here, but I think I've seen other people say they've bought spices and stuff there before. So anyway, yeah, that's my take on spices, or spice. Sorry, spice, no S. And I appreciate you watching. I would love to see your response. If you did this video, let me know down below and I'll check out your channel. Alright, thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe. See you tomorrow. Bye.